Okay, y'all, it's time for some real talk. It has been a crazy couple of days. So we're gonna start with a little bit of a backstory, because when we first found this property, we were actually fixing it up for my in-laws, and we weren't sure if we were going to move in or if we weren't sure if it was even worth saving, because there was mold in the basement and there were pieces like under the sinks where the water had been leaking, and you could see through to the basement under the subfloor and everything, and the windows were all broken, and it was quite intense. We have put so much time and money into fixing up this house and into making it like a place where animals can just thrive. Well, we're trying to anyway. We're doing our best, I tell you. So, a few days ago, our water heater started leaking. That was in the evening. It was too late to go buy anything. All the stores were closed. You have to remember we live in the country. The next day was New Year's Eve. So, we go out New Year's Eve. So day 2, we head out in my father-in-law's truck to go to a store about 30 minutes away and get a new water heater, and hopefully, our budget will allow it and all this other fun stuff. But anyway, his brakes weren't working that great, so we didn't go all the way there, and instead we went to our local Ace Hardware. They had one left, and it was the floor model. So we got that. We went back home and we get it connected and everything, and it's all good, but then the pipes that lead down to the top of it started leaking. And because it's New Year's Eve, all the stores close super early around here, so instead we shut off the water to the house. And we spent the night without water. So the next day was New Year's Day. And New Year's Day, I drove all the way down to Glasgow after, okay, people, I have to tell you, this past year was horrible. I had a broken leg. We lost so many animals. We're trying so hard to get everything done. And we totally, the garden, I was so sure I could get it done with a broken leg. I didn't get it done. It was a total bomb, and my husband was working mandatory overtime, and it was just, not to mention, all the world is scared of COVID, so it was hard to find supplies sometimes and things that we needed. We were desperately needing to kick out the old year in a big way, so we celebrated New Year's Eve, and we stayed up and we made New Year's resolutions, which I will share later, and we just thoroughly enjoyed kicking the last year to the curb. So the next day I slept in a little, and then I headed down to Glasgow to go to Lowe's on New Year's Day. I was down in the Glasgow Lowe's, and I just have to laugh, because you think nothing else could happen, right? But then it does. So we go to the I go to the Glasgow Lowe's and let my husband sleep in, and then a tornado warning comes for my home, and it's like a half hour away, so you don't want to drive in that from one place up to another in a tornado warning. So I wait, and their tornado warning goes off after about an hour, but then the one in Glasgow starts. So I was stuck walking around Lowe's for 2 or 3 hours. It was horrible. And I finally got home, and so on New Year's Day we finally got hot water. Wonderful, wonderful news. But also, what a journey, right? I hope that this year is better for us and better for you. And I just pray blessings. I just pray blessings upon us all. We finally fed the goats that Christmas tree. Check it out. So we had a tornado warning today. So we have not fed the goats or taken care of the animals. The poor guys have been stuck outside and it's supposed to rain all day. So we're giving them the Christmas tree.
All right, guys. Catch. So if any of you guys still haven't got rid of your Christmas tree,
we'll take it.
Free of charge.
You don't want it? Well, they'll eat it eventually, I'm sure.
We didn't put it in there for decoration. You can eat that.
Well, that was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad. But anyway, these chickens were stuck in all day. By the way, I just have to throw something out here. My father-in-law is an amazingly helpful, wonderful person. He was able to get it all set up and everything, and we didn't have to pay somebody to do that. And I was so grateful that he had a truck that was able to go and get it while, you know, our one car was with my husband at work. So big thank you. And if you have family you can rely on, you should really treasure them because it's a joy being able to have that. How many eggs do you think we'll have today?
I think like maybe
Remember, we didn't get them yesterday.
4 or 5.
4 or 5? Okay. These guys have been waiting just far too long. You want to get out and be free. Jenny, back up. Come here. Good girl. Doesn't it feel good to be free? There's the rooster. Uh-oh, they're out of water. And they're out of food. Bum, bum, bum. We have 5. That's excellent. All right, so Brandon's going to get water. I'm going to fix this thing so we can actually put food in it and it'll come out the bottom. First, I have to get through. You know what? I'm going to put some in this feeder first so they'll leave me alone while I work. Hey, dear.
Hey.
All of the chickens are out of water. All right. Thank you. At least they know I bring food. Maybe eventually they'll eat out of my hand, right? I mean, it could happen. Possibly. Need more straw down here. There you go. Now I'll work over here. Okay, you see how that one's pushing through? We need that off of there. So it's just the tab. There, and now you can kind of see better on the inside because the chickens are all on the outside. But we have just the tabs going in and it holds it up off of the ground, off of the bottom. Okay, there we go. Hungry little beasties. Remember when I put that one in there because they were all crowding around? Look at that. That's a lot of chickens. Poor thirsty guys. Imagine them dying of thirst in here while we're out there in a tornado warning and being just covered in rain. We had a good excuse, but that doesn't really help you much, does it? We'll give you some more water too, okay? But since we hadn't given them water or food yesterday and they ran out, we need to expect that their egg production will slow down a bit, sadly. So right now we're getting 1 or 2 eggs a day. It might go back down. You gotta take care of your animals if you want them to take care of you. The poor meat birds also did not get fed yesterday. Hey guys, I'm sorry. Let's feed ya, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'd say they're hungry. Yeah, good fresh water that we still need to put up on something. Apparently delicious food.
I'll get that.
I wonder how the ducks fared in all of that rain for the tornado warning. Because they love being out in the rain, but that was quite the rain. Hi pigs, you have some visitors, don't you? Do you chase them away when they're there? That's my question. They're very comfortable in their new area now. That's excellent. These poor guys didn't get fed yesterday, and you can tell. I don't know if you remember all the weeds that were on this, but they just
Stop following me.
went through and ate it all.
No, you got food over there. Go eat it. You got food over there too. Go.
But I'm really glad that we expanded this lot when we did so that we could take care of our water heater and they could still eat. Do you think they know that the good stuff is on the bottom?
Yeah.
We put all the scraps on the bottom and then we fill up the top with some of that feed from the mill. He's like a little puppy. Yeah, he's going after the scraps. No, that's not very nice. Oh,
Like, I'm a pig, what do you want?
poor Charlotte. Well, guys, it's raining, and tonight we're supposed to get a huge freeze, so stay warm. We'll see you all tomorrow.